What's up, TCG family? It's your girl Tiffany, and I am back with the very first book corner. So, this has been a long time coming. I bought this book a long time ago. Um, and I was supposed to start reading it, but life just started lifing, and I never really got a chance to do so. So, I am going to do it today. This is called The 12 Laws of the Universe. Now, there's only one other YouTube person that I've ever seen get this book. And she actually got hers at the same time I did, which was a long time ago. And it's actually something that I had planned on reading a long time ago, but never did. So, let's get a thumbnail. Okay, so we're going to start reading this book. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to start reading it. And we're going to get through so much wherever I leave off. If you want to stay and listen to the book reading, that's fine. If you don't, you can just hit play and walk away, still support. Or if you don't think you're going to be interested in it, you never know, you might. Because like I say, I was not interested in a lot of things that I listened to nonchalantly by hitting play and walking away to many YouTubers, and I ended up getting interested. So you just never know. All right, let's go ahead and get started. If anybody is in here, they can follow along. If you have your own book, you can follow along with me. If not, I hope you enjoy this story. And I'm going to be reading books all the time now. It'll be sporadic whenever I have time. And then it'll be like on a regular day eventually. So, hello, Olivia. 4 a.m. Oh my goodness. Go to sleep. Go to sleep, sissy. Go to sleep. You can hit it on the replay. Or you can just leave it open and let it just keep going. Your choice. All right. Make sure you guys give this video a thumbs up. Share me out. Share me out. You never know who might be interested in this. I miss you too, Olivia. I miss you too. Hello, Xavier. Wendy. Please don't send me no. I do not link my StreamYard. I do not. All right. So hit that like button. It should be the like button or the 3 dots at the top, and hit the like. Share me out. All right. We're going to get started. 12 Laws of the Universe. All right. There is 88 pages in this book. Not very big book, not very thick. And this is by Manhardeep Singh. So I'm going to read the back that kind of just gives you an idea of what the book is about. So it says, life throwing a curveball, embrace these 12 laws of the universe to handle life's toughest situations. The book is written with a to-the-point language and tone with the intent to reach the reader in a clear way. 12 laws of the universe will help you. Number 1, understand your impact on whole world. Okay, the whole world. Number 2, have awareness of how each one of us are connected. Number 3, how to attract your way to success. Number 4, change what is not working for you. So if something's not working for you, change it. Understand, number 5, understand how to get from here to there. The 12 Laws of the Universe is an intriguing self-realization book. If you like self-improvement, therapeutic, life-changing books, then you'll love Manhardeep Singh's indispensable book. Buy 12 Laws of the Universe to start changing the world around you today. Okay? So if that sounds like something you're interested in learning about or hearing about, have a listen. Let me know what you think in the comments afterwards, and we'll go from there. Okay? All right, let's get started. The introduction. The dictionary defines law as something regarded as having binding force or effect. It is vital to understand that every law is a realization of the existence of intangible yet effective power. Take the law of gravity. For instance, we can't see it, we can't feel it, but it exists. And its existence affects every person present on the planet. The universal laws share these properties. Intangible. The 12 laws are the realization of such forces that exist and affect every being on the planet. Yet they are intangible and invisible. They can't be touched or felt. Make sense? Boundless. The 12 laws of the universe are boundless. They are not bound to a particular area or are stopped by any country's border. They exist everywhere, just like air. Timeless. The 12 laws are timeless. They have always been, they are, and will always be. It is now that there has been a realization of their existence. Take example of the law of attraction. You probably have heard of that, but law of attraction is just the tip of the iceberg. The law of attraction gets a lot of attention thanks to the popular 2006 Rhonda Byrne film and book, The Secret. What most people don't realize is there is a phase 12 universal laws. Not just one. Many people credit The Secret with getting the law of attraction into the mainstream. Since then, so many of us have tried to harness its principles to manifest the things we desire most, to varying levels of success. But the law of attraction is the only one of the 12 universal laws, is only one of the 12 universal laws. They all work together. The law of attraction on its own is like trying to catch a fish with a hook, but no bait. Universal laws or principles. My advice is to understand these principles, but realize they are not the be-all and end-all. As far as I can tell, these laws help me come to terms with my day-to-day life situations. They help me to overcome challenges when things appear to be not going the way I'd like. They help me reframe circumstances to get a broader understanding. Hello, one day. Welcome. It is important here to note that we have to keep our minds open to understand these laws. After all, knowledge and understanding are ever changing and expanding. These 12 universal laws are an amalgamation of science, spirit, and metaphysics. Consider them like guidelines that help us understand how universal intelligence is organized. Understanding the 12 laws shows us how to master life on all levels and gives us insights into what we can do to reach our goals, says Nova Lee Wilder, a numerologist and author that works with the laws of the universe during sessions with clients. They show us how we ended up where we are how to trust, and how to use the laws to create flow to get us somewhere else. And in other words, the laws provide a roadmap of how we can make the most of life. Are you ready to implement these laws? Keep reading to learn more about what the 12 laws of the universe are, how they affect our lives, and how we can use their power. What are the 12 laws of the universe and where do they come from? It is believed that the 12 universal laws are the immutable formations of our world, which ancient cultures instinctively know. The laws are often associated with Ho'oponopono, a meditation for freedom that came from ancient Hawaiian culture. However, some laws have also derived from the ancient Egyptian Hermetic philosophy. The list of ancient laws has withstood the test of time as both Kaiser, Kumar, and plenty of others around the world still work with them today. All of the laws are about mastering your life with joy and love, Kaiser explains. When you think about the spiritual laws of the world, your mind may go directly to the law of attraction. However, it turns out that there is a whole network of interconnected spiritual laws that can affect every aspect of your life. Even better, these rules can be used to support the law of attraction, but you don't have to work with them for specific manifestations. These are often discussed with the Ho'oponopono healing method. The 12 laws of the universe teach us something unique about well-being, happiness, and success. Understanding these spiritual laws make it clear where you are in the world. This book discusses and summarizes these 12 laws. This book will also help you to understand how those laws affect you and make an impact on your perceptions about the world. Hello, Vern. Okay, so now we are going to be on chapter 1. Chapter 1 is the law of divine oneness. I'm only going to read one chapter and then we'll be done. And then when I read again, you guys will get chapter 2 and so on and so forth. So if you want to order this, I got this from Amazon. You can go ahead and order it and you can join me in the reading the next time I read and so on and so forth. Okay, chapter 1, the law of divine oneness. Everything is connected, believe it or not. And I feel like this book is such a good book because it kind of helps you to get your mind right in the world. And it talks about manifesting things and how to get from one place in your life to the other. And basically, it helps you with your success and where you are in the world. Everything around you. Okay. The first and most fundamental law of the universe is the law of divine oneness. It emphasizes the interconnectedness of all things. It says that beyond our senses, every thought, action, and event has something to do with everything else. Now, do you guys believe that that's true? And in other words, every choice, word, desire, or belief you have affects the world and the people in your life. I believe that's 100% true. We're all connected. You, your dog, the tilapia you ate for dinner, your boss, and Dwayne, the annoying barista at your local cafe. Yes, you and Dwayne both come from the same place and are energetically connected. This may be hard to believe because your egos are so good at highlighting our individuality as well as our differences. Of course, we are all separate people, but this is only for one level of reality, the physical level. You and I are both physical expressions of the same energy. In fact, all living things are the manifestation of the same source energy. This is the law of divine oneness. People normally cut reality into compartments and are so unable to see the independence of all phenomena. To see one in all and all in one is to break through the great barrier which narrows one's perception of reality. And that is by Thich Nhat Hanh. Little insert reading there that he has. Let's go one step further. When we all are connected, your thoughts and actions affect everyone. We believe that we can go around in the bubble of our own life without affecting the people, communities, and the environment around us. In some cases, the effect is obvious and immediate. You have an argument with your friend and then regret it. Sometimes it's an indirect effect and you never notice it. When you hold the door open for a stranger who feels invisible in the world, that simple gesture of acknowledging his presence brightens his entire day. And I believe that's true too. You never know what somebody's going through. A simple smile could make the difference. Maybe somebody is, for example, contemplating suicide, or, just had somebody pass away in their life, and maybe they stopped in at a store or something, and you work there, and you're so nice to them, and you smile, and you just made their day so much better. And what you did for that person had a huge effect on the fact that maybe they decided they weren't going to go through with the suicide because you made them feel like they mattered. So I totally believe this 100%. You can change somebody's perception by just saying something nice. All right. So there's a little insert again. Every single atom inside of you is connected in some way, shape, or form to the rest of the universe you move through. This means that everything we do has a ripple effect and affects not only us, but others as well. Very true. Remember that your actions are important. They both matter and make a difference. Everything that exists, seen and unseen, is connected to each other, inseparable from each other to a field of divine oneness. Understanding this law is important. As we do, we will realize that what we think of each other should only be for good. If we think good of others, they will think good of you. It is essential that the thoughts, feelings, and actions be for good, for we reap what we sow. Ever heard that? As you gain a fuller understanding of the laws, you will see how they are all related and overlap each other and govern the world we live in. Everything consists of and exists as energy. Your subatomic particles aren't fixed. In fact, particles may be flowing into you and out of you. Now, from this page, the sky, the floor, your best friend, and your worst enemy. And in other words, there is no separation. Here's an important question for contemplating upon. How would you behave if you really knew that you were not separate from the life of your friends, colleagues, and every being that's ever existed? The answer is this: probably different. Now let's take a deeper look about the understanding of divine oneness. It has many names. People like me call it the source or the world. Wayne Dyer calls it spirit. Some call it energy. Others use the name karma or Buddha. Whatever it is there, and it unites us all. So let's find out how we're connected to everyone else. You are born from another human being. Two, actually. Two people connected and made you. There is no other way to make life. And the two people who made you, another two people had to make them. And two people who made them took another two people to make them. On and on it goes, the process. We are all connected somehow through this process. And somewhere way back there, this process was started somewhere. So this is how we are all connected. You may affirm, but what about being connected to everything else? You are born and you will die. That is inevitable. When you die, you will return on earth. To the earth, the Bible says. You are dust, and to dust you will return. We return to the earth when we die. We become the dust that creates fertile ground, in which our food grows and nourishes us. We flow into the water to feed life to plants and other animals. Look at the dust. Substances that form fertile soil. The dust that makes the soil on which our food grows and nourishes people. Add water to the equation. The water evaporates and goes up. It turns blue, turns into rain or clouds. All of us are back in the dust. That is very important in our lives. We all communicate like this. Why the law of divine oneness is important. Everything is energy. So when you're having a low energy vibration, the same is sent out into the world, and it brings down the overall vibrations on the world. As the law says, we all are connected. So your vibrations affect my vibrations, vice versa. So when you're low, I simply cannot be as high. This is because you're low, and my high will balance each other at somewhere in the middle. A person at low energy can take a lot away from the world. It automatically stops people from being their highest energy vibration. It's important to consider that if enough people run through the world with low energy, the world starts to be dragged down. Okay? The same applies for the higher energy. If you and I can vibe high through life, it will affect those with the lower energy. Our high vibes will come down a bit, but their low vibes will come up. And the higher we can vibe, the higher we can bring the lower vibes up. So the secret to a happy, healthy, wealthy, fruitful life, better than even you can dream about, is hidden in the vibrations. But not just in your vibrations, in the world's vibrations. Therefore, it's essential to keep the world at a high vibration. This is how we can make this world start doing amazing things. How to use the law of divine oneness. The law of divine oneness isn't something that you apply. Instead, it's more of living with an awareness of we are all connected. Keep this law in your mind when you interact with others, knowing that you are connected to everyone and everything you interact with. How will you be different? How will you interact? And what can you do to raise your vibrations while raising others? These are the questions to ask yourself as you look deeper into the law of divine oneness. So here's some advice to wrap up this chapter. Be mindful of your thoughts, actions, and behavior, for they send out waves throughout the universe. And since we're all connected, what goes around comes back around in some form. Remember that, guys. And that is the end of chapter 1. Chapter 2, the next time we do a reading. And I hope you all enjoyed the first chapter of this book. This is a very, very wonderful book. I hope you enjoyed it. It only took me about 25 minutes to read the first chapter. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you guys can kind of connect with some of what it said. And maybe it got you thinking like, I never thought of things that way. Maybe we all are connected. So if I'm really low vibes and I'm sending waves out in the world of being really low, and other people start being really low, it drags the world down. But if I'm high energy and high vibes and very happy, that's going to make people around you happy. And then they're going to be happy, and it's going to be a chain reaction. The people around them are going to be happy. and then it brings the world up. So just remember that. If you did not watch this on live, please go ahead and replay this. And I would love for you to comment something in the bottom of the comments, in the comment section, to let me know that you listened to this first chapter, and let me know what you think about the first law of divine oneness. Okay? All right, guys. I will see you guys in the next live, and stay blessed, not stressed. Bye.